Richard Young, who was the prize recruit a few years ago, will carry the ball to get things started for Bama. Impact players built by the Home Depot, Jesse.
There's a lot of guys.
6-yard gain by Young. Play action. Simpson's first pass of the year is complete to Jeremy Bernard.
Really love this play call here by Ryan Grubb early, putting Ty Simpson on the move and giving him one option. Jeremy Bernard running the out-breaking route. Just a nice throw. Ty Simpson with his feet underneath him, getting the completion, moving the chains, and that's the kind of play call that'll help a young quarterback in his first start just start to settle into the game.
12-yard reception for Bernard, who followed Coach DeBoer from Washington over to Bama in 2023. Here's Young again as he hits the hole on the right side for a gain of 2.5 yards, and it was Earl Little Jr. again, the former Tide player with the tackle.
Well, you're seeing Richard Young here getting some touches early. Their most explosive runner at running back from a year ago, Jan Miller, out of this game with a dislocated collarbone. So it's going to be a bit of a running back by committee approach here for Bama.
2nd and 7. Here's Simpson trying to extend the play. And he tucks and runs as he strides out just a yard beyond midfield.
But I think you like to see that if you're Kalen DeBoer watching your young quarterback here. Make a good decision, right, Joe? That time, nothing's open downfield. You're not trying to force it into traffic. Just go get what you can get with your legs and keep this 3rd down manageable.
Simpson checking at the line. Third and 2. And the whistle blows. The flag came down.
Like working for me.
Proctor on the left side is just a dominating mauler. Team at 366 pounds. Here's your 3rd and 7. Simpson looking for an option and trying to reach out, but he is denied by the Knowles defense. And it was Herring making the tackle.
It's decision time now for Kalen DeBoer, but we were just talking
on 4th and 1. Richard Young straight ahead, and the extra effort is what is going to earn Alabama the first down.
So it looks like Justin Cryer, linebacker for Florida State, came right up the middle and got some push. He drove Gino Vandermark backward a little bit, but it was Richard Young at 212 pounds needing all of that to move the chains.
£244 Daniel Hill now in at running back as he takes it down to the 40-yard line. Let's say hello to Katie George. Good afternoon, Katie.
Oh, good afternoon.
He was an explosive play waiting to happen.
2nd and 3. Hill is going to be tackled for a loss as that front of Florida State was quick to get.
Really has to be locked in here.
Tony White was at Nebraska the last couple of years. Syracuse before that. 3rd and 5. They keep it on the ground with Young, who gets the pad leverage and surges ahead for a first down.
With that play call, that kind of tells you that Ryan Grubb, the offensive coordinator, was going to go for it.
Michael Penix, the quarterback, the record-breaking stats. 10th play of the drive, and again they run the ball, and this time it's Kevin Riley, the 4-star recruit from 2024, who has played really well in scrimmages.
Cam Dewberry here is a transfer from Texas A&M starting at left guard. He's able to climb up on that linebacker and open a massive hole.
13-yard run by Riley. So we've seen Young, we've seen big Daniel Hill carry the ball. Now Kevin Riley with a burst. Riley again trying to get an extra push from that offensive line down to the 20-yard line.
When you can run the football like this, it goes without saying, though. It certainly helps settle in your inexperienced quarterback, no question.
Simpson with time to the end zone. Incomplete. He was looking for Jeremy Bernard.
Well, he was looking for a back shoulder throw to Bernard running a corner route. He's very lucky because Earl Little Jr., we talked about him being an impact player right in the middle of the field. He's watching his eyes, and he's shooting over there. And if that was just a hair second later, that might have been picked in the end zone.
Gabriel Rolls was able to get that right hand on it as Earl Little Jr. was coming in like a human missile. 3rd down and 6. Play clock counting down on Simpson. Run the ball 10 times. 3rd and 6. Simpson, they pick up the pressure up the middle. Simpson going to try to run for it and stretches out. It'll depend on the spot, and he's right at that line to gain as Rolls ran him out of bounds.
James Williams lost the contain on the right side of this line for Florida State. You see number 10, he goes inside there, and that allowed Ty Simpson to use his wheels and speed to get to the sideline and move the chains. You've got to have better rush discipline on those critical down and distances if you're Florida State.
So now this drive that's consumed over 7 minutes to open up this game continues on. And for the 6-yard run on 3rd and 6 by Simpson. First start of his career. And he gets it complete to Ryan Williams, who that quick acceleration as soon as the dynamic now sophomore turns the corner, gets it down to the 2-yard line.
And I love them putting him in the slot there. Last year you're used to seeing him on the outside of the field. That time Ryan Grubb putting him inside on a double move.
1st and goal. Richard Young met in the hole. What a good run fit by the former Alabama defensive back, now playing for the Noles, Earl Little Jr.
He plays, in my opinion, the most important position in Tony White's defense.
Tight end shift, Lindsey and Cuevas. Turning the corner into the end zone is Cuevas for the first Alabama. Connor Talty is the new place kicker for Alabama as he adds the extra point. And you consider the history of Alabama. And when you cap an opening drive like that, well, they've won 58 of the last 50. They had to go through down the stretch with the quarterback injuries. And then it was Bama who got into the college football playoff. Let's go to the studio here. Tommy Castellanos, the transfer quarterback from BC, now taking over the reins for the Noles. But it is a former Alabama running back who gets the carry in Roydell Williams. So Castellanos played at BC, had success, defeated Florida State here last year on the Labor Day game, and then transferred here this offseason.
A lot to like about his game, too, Joe. He can hurt you throwing it, but he's an explosive runner, and I think a perfect fit for what Gus Malzahn wants to do.
And completes his first pass to the big Deuce Robinson, 6'6", 223 pounds.
Yeah, he didn't make the same splash in the portal that Carson Beck might have made going to Miami or John Mateer going to Oklahoma. When you look at fit and you look at skill set and what you're trying to accomplish on offense, this worked out pretty good for the Seminoles.
3rd down and 5. Gus Malzahn, former Auburn and UCF head coach, showing that tempo now as the play caller. He's going to take a shot downfield, and that ball is incomplete. It was in the hands of the true freshman Boggs for a moment, but unable to corral it.
And that ball was just dramatically underthrown that time by Castellanos. I mean, Boggs gets way behind the defender. It was Deshaun Jones. Ball thrown behind him, goes up to climb at it. It just gets knocked out.
ACC referee Mike Roach, you just heard him moments ago, is the penalty flag. We're going to try to get some clarity as to what they called there, but it is a first.
Got to play just a little bit faster, and you got to be on time.
Jet motion as Castellanos keeps it, and this is exactly what he can do so well.
He's quicker than he is fast, but his first 10 yards are so explosive. And part of why I love him here at Florida State is Gus Malzahn is going to feature him.
Season with the Eagles. And now they do give it on the jet motion. As it's Lucas, Jalen Lucas, the kind of guy that they just want to get the ball in his hands any way they can. And a flag is down. Sawchuk on the carry as he will make his way out to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, really nice patience that time by Sawchuk and keeping his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. He's able to kind of jump cut left, find a little crease to get forward. And Florida State now trying to get some of this yardage back. Big penalty helped them out, keep this drive alive. But as you get into these passing situations now, it's important. Good decision making from Castellanos.
Second and 15. Castellanos gets it out quickly and
right here.
And now a timeout is going to be used by Alabama defensive Seminoles. There's Tommy Castellanos, the transfer quarterback, key among the changes. As he brings Sawchuk back in for pass protection. Third down and 11. Four-man rush from Bama. Castellanos launches it, and a diving effort from Squirrel White.
They get a big one.
Here's Castellanos to the outside, inside the 5, diving into that end zone with a stride. Touchdown, Noles. Tommy Castellanos. Welcome to... Weinberg adds the extra point, and in this game...
Think of what he said. They said, we want to run through a brick wall for this guy, so they got their swagger back, and it looks like the defense is feeding off of it, Tess.
That's exactly right, Katie, as Justin Pryor just made the tackle on Ritter for. Maybe they needed that spark, and to hear that level of confidence. Ty Simpson, look at the time he has. And
It's 2 feet in.
And now tempo by Alabama, Ryan Williams, who can make bad plays look like good
And
plays.
he has to get his touches, Joe. This guy is so dynamic. And a year ago, he just burst on the scene as a 17-year-old. His game against Georgia was legendary. But in the last 6 games, the production kind of went down. They need to feature him in this offense. Move him around, and you're seeing that already early in this one. But just creatively find ways to get him involved in the game. He's just too good of athleticism.
Second and 5. Richard Young. He goes ahead for 2.5 yards. Ryan Williams a year ago got off to that great start you mentioned. 8 touchdowns. Third down and 2. Sprint left for Simpson, and wide open and complete to Bernard as he then goes upfield, and it is an Alabama first down.
I love the play call because you're moving the pocket and getting Ty Simpson away from the rush, but you're also making the read really easy. This is a simple flat route from the slot receiver in Bernard, and you're reading the corner to the outside. If he backs up and you've got green grass out there, just throw it out in front of Bernard, let him make the easy catch, and we'll move the sticks.
Final seconds here of this first quarter. Simpson gets it complete to Isaiah Horton, a transfer from Miami. Well, that's a fun, high-energized first quarter here in Tallahassee with Simpson the touchdown pass.
What did you see from your defense on that opening drive?
I mean, they hit the explosive, right? We got them in third and long, and so good learning lesson right there for us. I mean, I believe in them, so we just got a lot to play again.
Third down and 8. And the flags come in immediately. 6th season at Florida State, and there is
I think it was the left guard. I think it was Cam Dewberry there, the left guard. He just flinched a little bit, and Shaheem Brown came off that edge. So now a third and long situation for Ty Simpson. You're in field goal range. You just can't be careless with the ball. You cannot take a sack. You cannot force this thing into danger. If it's not there, run and get what you can, or check it down. Points are at a premium here.
Ty has completed his last 6 pass attempts. Here's a 3rd and 13 after the penalty. Pressure, steps up and is sacked. Tony White's defense active up.
Everything just started collapsing quickly. Nice play call by Tony White, the new defensive coordinator for Florida State. As we said, couldn't take a sack. It's now put him in really tough position here for a long field goal.
From 53. And it comes up short. So the defense, Holly and Molly will be on the call there. Castellanos gets it to Salchuk. Salchuk able to keep his balance just for a moment.
Well, that was weird. That was miscommunication because that time the center, Luke Pettibon, snapped the ball to Castellanos well before anybody was ready. I don't know if Pettibon thought somebody...
Got great experience there, and now his first year at Florida State in the middle of that offensive line.
But watch out here.
And they go with the tap pass to Lucas. Lucas gets upended and sent down by Keon Sabb.
Well, you saw a little trickery.
Empty set on 3rd and 5 for Castellanos. He's already scored with his legs. Can he move the chains here as Roydell Williams, former Tide running back, motions back. Castellanos gets it complete for a first down to Pittman.
Deontay Lawson, he's going to come this way. Leonard starts out, and he comes back and stones it. It's truly good awareness.
Williams can't find anything on the right side.
It feels like there's a nice rhythm and flow right now for FSU offensively here, mixing in the run.
Malzahn, the new offensive coordinator. Play action. Castellanos survives that and now dives ahead to the 40-yard line.
Their bodies on the field, they're probably thinking that too.
Florida State is 2 for 2 on 3rd down in this first half. 3rd and 4. Castellanos looking for something straight ahead. He got small and low and moves the chain.
I just love that design because you got
big-time Bulldog worker at Florida. Led them in snaps 2 years ago. Castellanos, and this time he scoots ahead as he makes his way to the 32-yard line.
Isn't it amazing already? Just Castellanos.
He recruited him to UCF. That's where he started his career. Then Castellanos goes off to BC. Bill O'Brien takes that job, and then he reunites here with Malzahn. Here is Danzy now, and look at Makai Danzy. How about it, Knowles?
You've got a guy coming in jet motion this way. This lineman's pulling. This running back's going this way. Everybody on defense heading that way. But the ball's going back to the left. And when you talk about Makai Danzy, he's not just fast. He's ACC record holder in the 400-meter dash fast, Joe. A 4-time All-American, getting his first touch and making it count.
Oh, there was a reception. Of course, Matt Patricia, former NFL head coach, longtime Patriots coordinator, the new defensive coordinator for Ohio State with a big. And they're leading Alabama 14-7. That ball is incomplete as Simpson couldn't connect with it.
And prove people they can play to the standard here in Tallahassee. They're off to a good start.
Second and 10. Riley, as he is stacked up and driven back. Katie, listen to this crowd on 3rd and 8. Simpson hit as he throws it, and it's incomplete. That was Jaden as Lucas is set to return, and it is a knuckler that takes an Alabama bounce down towards the 21-yard line. That Florida State defense, 140 yards and a touchdown lead on number 8, Alabama. Castellanos gets it quickly to Deuce Robinson, who kept his balance for Here's Chroma, the freshman, as he is upended near the line of scrimmage.
They're just running it in a lot of different ways, right? You know, with Gus Malzahn, whether he's at Arkansas or he's at Tulsa or Auburn or UCF or Arkansas State, he's playing very, very fast.
Second and 10. Chroma again. This time he hits the hole. And look at the 218-pound true freshman drive ahead and move the chain.
Yeah, he was really patient on that run. He actually...
Castellanos is going to feed him again, unable to bounce it, but then just falls forward. With that, took LT Overton for a couple yards before Brown made the tackle.
I got to tell you, Joe, I'm a bit surprised at how Alabama's getting pushed around.
I agree.
And we do have to point out, Katie mentioned early in the broadcast, they're without their best run
changes, and we'll get to it after this play, but there was a key one for Florida State that's making an impact already. Castellanos on 2nd and 7. Oh, Tommy with a spin for extra yardage, and it's another first on. And when they're together, watch out. Rodell Williams, as he goes for 2 yards. So Herb Hand reunited with Gus Malzahn. They were both at UCF from 21 to 24, and they had a top 10 rush. 2nd and 8, Castellanos. He's directing traffic, and then he is met and forced out of bounds.
Here's another down coming up.
Down and 4. He's 81 rushing yards, had a rushing touchdown already. What can he do here on 3rd down? Three-man rush as they spy Castellanos, who drives the ball and gets it complete. Now they're saying incomplete. From 45. And the whistles blow. The direct-to-consumer ESPN app. It is a college football Saturday like this. Jake Weinberg out to attempt a 45-yard field goal. And the second field goal made of his career gives Florida State a 10-point lead over fouls on these faces. Thrilled that you're with us here for this ABC 3:30 game to get the season started. You know, we had an interesting conversation with Mike McLeod for the new look Noles. Richard Young, as he gave a little something at the end to Edwin Joseph with that shoulder.
Bama's got to be able to get this going. They have to run the ball the conventional way.
And now you're seeing tempo out of the Bama offense, and Richard Young able to go ahead for a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down from there. Omar Graham with the tackle.
So this is big here for Florida State's defense. If they can get a stop and get the ball back to Tom.
Listen to this crowd on 3rd and 3. Simpson gets it complete to Williams, and it's a tied 1st down.
And I love this play call by Ryan Grubb because you're allowing Ryan Williams a little access and freedom to move. He's in the slot really tight. He's working off Josh Cuevas, number 80 there. He's going to let him clear for him and then just replace him in the open area over the middle of the field.
Simpson, after that completion, now time to pick his option. He goes to Young, who was tripped up. He would have had the 1st down if he kept his balance.
Well, they're going to go to the 2-minute timeout here as the rain starts to come down in Tuscaloosa. I was just going to say, Joe, I'm impressed with Ty Simpson and the decision made. This was the best opportunity for him to win a national championship and play at the next level, so he stayed to compete.
Driving rainstorm all of a sudden here as Simpson gets it to Jeremy Bernard on 2nd and 4. 1 timeout remains for Alabama. Facing a 3rd and 4 in a driving rainstorm. It went from a light sprinkle to an absolute driving rainstorm in a matter of minutes. Simpson's going to try to run it himself. And the pursuit gets to him as he is torn down immediately by Mandrell Desir Passy. And Tommy Castellanos and the Noles doing their thing as he slides down. Under a minute and a half to play in this 1st half.
Player's helmet for Alabama came up at the end of the play on that one as well. But I think with this defensive staff, when they go in at halftime, there's LT Overton. He's going to have to take the play off. I think Alabama's
averaging over 7 yards a carry, has the touchdown run. He is instantly a difference maker. Lucas on the carry this time. It'll be third down at about 2.5.
Lucas, for 5'9", 175 pounds, not afraid to run it in between the...
Third down and 2. Veteran quarterback Castellanos, as he finds a way to work Lucas into the mix again.
I know they're not throwing the football, but you can't relax here if you're Alabama, because with all the motions and all the jet sweep.
Again, Lucas. Lucas and Gus Malzahn. Listen, we know through the years, Gus Malzahn, something about playing that script. The transfer quarterback who was originally recruited to play for Malzahn, as Williams just picks up the ball there.
Joe, that snap from the center that time, Pettibon slipped out of his hand and luckily rolled right into the hands of the shortstop, Roydell Williams.
Listen, we're going to have that kind of an afternoon from this point moving forward.
That could have been a disaster for Florida State, giving Alabama the football back right close to the red zone.
What did we say about Castellanos and his confidence and his leadership as he is... And bringing it out on the return is Singleton, as he is upended at a 15-yard line. Coverage where it counts, presented by... Roma will open up this second half with a run out to the 22. Katie.
Yeah, Tess, I spoke with Kalen DeBoer when he came.
Second and 3. Roma with a stiff arm and a first down.
Really nice job that time.
And the transfer portal coming together and gelling early on. Castellanos, as he makes his way to the 29-yard line. That offensive line, sometimes we talk about identifies things up front. Castellanos trying to extend the play, backing up to the 16-yard line, and then throws it away. It'll be third down. Mark Schimento on to punt away for the Noles. And Bakwe is the explosive return man for Alabama as it harmlessly bounces near the 28-yard line.
Talk about velocity by Nussmeier. Take a look at the revolutions on that ball now.
Here's Ty Simpson. He's going to launch it downfield. And that was overthrown. Earl Little Jr. was the closest man
who ends up winning that game.
Cannot wait to see that. LSU and Clemson tonight coming your way. Simpson gets it complete to Bernard. Jeremy Bernard. And the Tide cross midfield and move the... Simpson going to go underneath to Cuevas. Remember, he had the 2-yard touchdown that opened up the scoring for Alabama. Katie.
Yes, Alabama's...
Hawks in the NFL, of course, was with DeBoer at UW prior. 3rd and 5, and nothing is there for Ty Simpson.
We talked about the movement and the stunts and the twists, giving Alabama...
And their transfer quarterback that's been leading the way. Castellanos finds his man in stride, and it's Jalen Lucas. Look at Lucas go! Bray Hubbard finally. Holmes. Short side of the field, trying to get the pylon, and he does. Listen to this place roar. Weinberg adds the extra point. Is shocking everybody. Got a thought here on the athletic.
Can I guess? LSU, Oregon.
17-point hole for Ty Simpson, making his first start at quarterback. And Daniel Hill is tripped up, but does spin ahead for extra yardage. And TJ Kirkland makes the tackle.
The sense of urgency now has to pick up for Alabama. How it feels for Alabama.
2nd and 7. Simpson drives the ball, and it's incomplete, but
seeing him a lot more in the slot now than we did a year before.
2nd and 17. Simpson He gets it complete, and again it's Bernard, and Bernard past midfield, and that is exactly what the go-to for Simpson. One-man rush. Does it go with the inside screen? The Woods ball's out. And they're going to say it's incomplete as Williams of the SEC season, and now Florida State trying to punish him here in week number 1. Trey Washington is met right at the line of scrimmage.
So now setting up 3rd and long. If you're
and it sets up for a 3rd and 11 now for the tie. 4-man rush. Simpson gets it complete for a first down. Bernard again. He is the one Alabama offensive player who has been reliable today.
And that was a great job by Alabama's O-line, sliding this way. They're going to get a big stunt to the outside, but a beautiful pocket to throw from if you're Ty Simpson. Really nice job. Brailsford makes the right call, slides them to the left. They were all in sync, and they get a big one.
Trey Washington. Good run fit by Florida State, holding him to just a couple of yards there as DeSeer was in again on the tackle.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Earl Little,
Tony White's defensive scheme, 2nd and 8. Simpson with time to the end zone, incomplete. Rico Scott, the redshirt freshman, fastest guy on the team, was the intended target.
Just misses again, and we saw him miss on that last 4th down throw that forced the turnover on downs. That's one. He's got Rico Scott breaking open over the middle of the field in the end zone.
Simpson, a lot of traffic in that pocket. Now there's urgency. 4th and 8. Downfield, desperate hope. Flag comes down as Ryan flanking Simpson with a fresh set of downs. Simpson goes underneath, and it was off the hands and dangerous again as Edwin Joseph potentially had a shot at it as Ryan Williams was the intended target.
He's got to put 2 hands
in the backfield. Simpson on 2nd and 10. Goes quickly to his tight end to the out, and it's incomplete. He was looking to connect with Cuevas and Ashlyn Barker.
Knows that Florida State has more guys in the box than they can block. Now that they bring in Cuevas, they're good.
Here's 3rd and 10. And the flags come raining in. Play clock for Simpson. 3rd and 15. And Parker Brailsford, the center, is able to scoop it and safely put it away and get upfield.
It was Elijah Hare
attempt. And he puts it through. And with that, it finds something as he makes his way to the 30.
It's just so important, Joe, in any level of football to be able to hit
points since. Castellanos got it out quickly, but it was too far to the outside for Deuce Robinson. 3rd down and 5. They bring pressure against Tommy Castellanos. He escapes it for the moment. Can he get the first down? Wow! Williams, who played at Alabama, with the carry.
Yeah, you know he's motivated to go, Joe. And Bama fans will remember him. He started the SEC championship.
That's right.
Against Georgia a few years ago when they won, and he's motivated.
Rose Bowl against Michigan. 2nd and 5 as they go with Lucas again on the jet motion, but he is tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
And honestly, I think that they're in field position again for 4-down territory if you're Mike Norvell, and I would fully expect Gus Malzahn to
3rd down and 4. Castellanos with time, downfield, nobody home as Douglas was the nearest receiver. Nose down, back rotation, looking for the inside the 10 pin, and it leaks into the end zone. Marching Chiefs spelling out Corso as well. Ty Simpson now with the ball back, and he is sacked. He is brought down by Thompson. To now a 3rd and 17 where they can get after Ty Simpson. Simpson forced to run it. And then backtracks and from inside his own 10-yard line. And it is an umbrella of a punt. Oh, he touched it! It's a muff, and it's Alabama's football! It is Alabama's football! With time, he wants a shot downfield to the end zone. Flags come in as Ryan Williams was guarded by Jones. Receiver Bernard's in the backfield. And they're going to short pitch it to him. And he is forced out of bounds. Edwin Joseph tracking.
Yeah, I think Ryan Grubb right now, he's just digging into.
2nd and 7. Ball was batted right in the face of Ty Simpson. Blake Nicholson has been very active today, and he got in the way of that passing lane.
Yeah, he was coming off the edge free.
3rd down and 7. Has time. Goes downfield, but throws it too far to the outside of Bernard. And it'll be
Big.
4th down and 7. Simpson has to spin out of the pocket. Gotta have it on 4th and 7. As Williams was trying to hold on to it, but it's incomplete. Keep it on the ground and tackled for a loss as L.T. Overton comes charging in against Ooze Chroma, the true freshman.
Wow, that was an unbelievable effort working against Micah Pettis. And Overton is a load, 280 pounds. He's able to use all of that to get inside here. He's a guy that people thought could have been drafted had he gone out this past season to be a top 50 pick. That's the guy they need to dominate. And how about this? That's their first tackle for loss today.
With 25 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, this loaded Bama defense's first TFL. Sawchuk on the carry, and now this defense seemingly looking to make a statement as Nakai Hill-Green, who was all Big 12 at Colorado last season, comes and run fits that and drives him back. So now these final seconds of the 3rd quarter ticking down, and this Alabama defense desperate to get the ball back for their offense. Winning. We start this 4th quarter with a 3rd and 9 that gets blown up by Keon Sabb, and the Tide defense is going to create a big opportunity right here. Can he flip the field? And Mbakwe's the return man, calling for the fair catch and securing it near the 36-yard line. Has lost 6 of his last 8. But here are the Tide, number 8 in the country, trailing by 2 touchdowns with the ball in the 4th quarter. Ty Simpson, his first college start. And as he just has to check down to Ryan Williams, who struggles to try to get an extra yard. Jerry Wilson with the tackle.
Yeah, and if you look at Ty Simpson's numbers, it's not too bad. He's made some good decisions with the football. He's taken what's there. What you're not seeing is the big misses. 2 huge misses on 4th down. He missed a touchdown pass earlier in the game as well. He hasn't been able to take advantage of all his opportunities. He can't miss now.
2nd and 7. Ball is out quickly to Cuevas. Cuevas squares up those shoulders and now is striding. And it's a big play by Josh Cuevas.
And a really nice job, obviously, by Cuevas individually, but also downfield, getting blocks. Rico Scott, you had Jeremy Bernard.
For Cuevas. 1st down, Simpson. He looks right, then he has to check down to Daniel Hill. And Hill at 244 pounds lowers the shoulders.
And that's a nice decision by Simpson there because he's pumping the running back out in the swing.
In a spot like this. 2nd and 7. Riley leg drive. It's going to be 3rd and short. Justin Pryor with the tackle. Riley's got it. It's a 1st down Bama inside the 20-yard line.
Wow, there's a redshirt freshman who's not the biggest back in their stable, 5'11", 191 pounds. That was tough running right up the middle. And a big down he knew he had to have.
Simpson on 1st down as he gets it complete to Bernard again. Yards for Bernard. He pulls it. He gets it to Scott. Scott on his feet. Scott trying to get to the pylon, and he does. Rico Scott And Connor Talty makes it a 7-point game. And little by little, number 8 Alabama's. Here's the true freshman running back, Chroma.
It just feels to me, Joe, like there's a little bit of pressure on Florida State right now to have to answer this drive.
Yes.
Right? A couple things haven't gone their way here in the second half, and sort of
As a head coach, back to what he's always done best. Castellanos on the design quarterback run, and it's going to be third and a long one, maybe two, as Deontay Lawson and Hill Green make the tackle.
Well, for a guy that's only 5'11",
can Bama come up with a stop? Castellanos reaches ahead. It depends on the mark. And we will see where that knee went down, and they're ruling him short as Deontay. Watch that play clock. They're going for it. And they get it. Roydell Williams, the
man wins. Watch this hit right here. Boom. And he just drives him backwards. We talked earlier about him being hungry in this game. Well, he showed it there.
A fourth down conversion. Yesterday we sat across from Mike Norvell. Off the big ones, you gotta roll the dice. Castellanos, as he is torn down by Damani Jackson. And a flag comes in. Bama now 7 penalties for 65 yards. Sawchuk trying to grind things out here under 8.5 minutes to play. Looking for a major upset in week 1. LT Overton with the tackle. Go tumbling. Second down and 9. Florida State end around Danzy. Another big play by Mekhi Danzy.
It's the exact same play he scored a touchdown on earlier in the game. You've got all this in the ACC, some room.
Castellanos, he's going to run it straight up the middle as he gets inside the 15-yard line. Under 8 minutes to play. A touchdown lead for unranked, resetting Florida State.
And whatever it takes, too, if you're Castellanos.
Do just that. Sawchuk, straight ahead inside the 10. Keeping his balance, getting help from his friends, finding his way to the goal line and in.
Also, Tommy Castellanos has backed up his words with his play here today so far.
Weinberg adds the extra point. That's a big smile for Tommy. It's a 2-touchdown lead for the Noles. And just remember what the roller coaster, they got 31 against this loaded Bama defense right now. Daniel Hill with the reception for 9 yards.
This is going to be tough sledding now for Alabama because Florida State is not in prevent mode, but they're going to play big zone coverages and just try and keep the football in front of them, rushing only 4 guys.
Ty Simpson, as he tried to go back shoulder to Cuevas, it's incomplete.
Those are just the types of catches.
Play clock's counting down. Flags are coming in. Movement. They're going to be backed up. Simpson, 4th down. Gets it complete. 1st down, Rico Scott.
Really nice job by the O-line of Alabama. Caden Proctor was on an island one-on-one. Javen Jenkins tried a spin move, did not work. He stoned him, and that gave Simpson the time.
Under 6.5 minutes to play. Simpson. Pocket collapsing. Simpson retreating. Still on his feet. Incomplete. At the toes of Derek Meadows, the true freshman receiver.
It's the second time in the game we've seen him make...
Simpson lofts it downfield, and Ryan Williams can't hold on to it, and a flag comes in at the end of the play.
Wow. see what this penalty is, but Ryan Williams, he just doesn't look right. And he's very slow getting off the ground here, but he's not playing.
A tidal wave of sound right now. On 3rd and 10. Simpson kept his footing, launches it downfield, and it's incomplete. It's going to be 4th down. Jalen Hale was the defensive coordinator back in the fold. And it comes down to these precious moments. 4th down and 10 for Bama. Simpson got to come up with it. Simpson, can he get there? Driving to that line, the gain, it'll depend on the spot. It looks like he may be a football shy as Rawls met him.
I don't know how Williams didn't get him down. I don't know how Diggs didn't get him down. Another
review. We will watch it again. Remember, this camera angle is not directly down the line, nor is that yellow line official. Here's the reverse angle. You can see the marker on the far sideline as Rawls comes up to meet Simpson.
Knee down there. The question is, where's the ball in relationship to that 1st down marker?
Sawcha, the guy who muscled his way to the touchdown a few minutes ago, met by Deontay Lawson.
I think there's a lot of things that Mike Norvell and Gus Malzahn are reminding their players in this situation too. Ball security also. Don't try to do anything stretching the football out to try to get extra yards. You're not turning it over. 2 hands on the ball, 5 points of pressure. Everything they love about it.
What a great point of analysis you just made, because it was a conversation we had earlier today. I'm milking every second of that play clock as they keep it on the ground with Holmes. We're under 4 minutes to play. Alabama has won 23 straight season openers. They had loads of confidence coming into this season with a roster that was built the way they were. Confident Florida State team.
I think the biggest cause for alarm, and there's a lot of things they're going to need to correct, but they got beat up in the trenches.
They did. 3rd down and 9. Here's Lucas. Jalen Lucas. And he turns upfield, and Jalen Lucas.
That's a coachable moment for Florida State, because you got to stay in bounds.
You do have 4th down and 1. Short pitch, Lucas to the outside, and he will have the 1st down.
I'll never forget when I saw that Tommy Castellano said, "I just don't see them being able to stop me." I thought, oh boy, it's going to get a lot of people's attention. But you know what? He was right.
2-minute timeout. Florida State is closing in on a massive upset when we return. Formation feels awful good, doesn't it, Katie?
Just imagine.
A young man who came here, Jesse, and said, I just don't see them stopping it.
The guy that used to terrorize Florida State for 2 years when he was the quarterback at Boston College, now wearing their colors, and he has been a big-time difference maker. What a performance by him today, by their color. And they've got to get things fixed, get things fixed quickly.
The game is different. The sport is different. You can go out there and you can turn things around. And a tradition-rich power program like Florida State decided to. The man on the right is Gus Malzahn, the longtime head coach, but always an included, refreshed, re-energized